Jeff Salson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News digital desk. If you're going to be going to the Rib Fest in Berea tomorrow, you're going to see some guys eating a lot of hot dogs. There is the qualifier for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest that happens every year on the 4th of July at Coney Island. And the prelims, first place man, first place woman, they make an automatic they automatically make it into the hot dog eating contest that is going to be happening again. You know, I mean, obviously it's a big deal for so many people because they basically practice all year round and they try and make it so they can get to this contest and try and beat Joey Chestnut. We spoke with the #2 eater in the world earlier today, and he explained to us what it's like to go to some of these small town events and how it's like for him to be able to try and make it again to the hot dog eating contest. And here he is, participating this weekend in the. Is it the prelims? Like, what's the official name for what's happening this weekend?
Qualifier.
Qualifier. Okay. Yeah. So for those that are unfamiliar, you are officially the #2 ranked competitive eater. Is that in the world? Is that right?
In Major League Eating, yep.
Explain kind of what your life is like right now and how you've gotten to this point where now you're trying to get back to, I guess, like the biggest stage that you can think of, the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, July 4th.
Yeah, I mean, right now everybody's really gunning to try to get to Nathan's. Everybody's practicing, and I'll start ramping up my practices pretty soon, right in the month of June. I don't like to do them too far. I did a couple practice runs for this qualifier, and yeah, we're just doing as many contests as I can. This is our season because everything kind of shuts down over the winter because there's no festivals or anything like that. So everything's really kind of.
So this qualifier that's happening tomorrow at the Rib Fest, so you win this, you get an automatic ticket to the big show, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you said you're preparing right now. What is that preparation like? I mean, the qualifier, I'm guessing, is not necessarily as intense as the main stage, but you still need to make sure that you're prepared, right?
Oh yeah. You got to go in. You got to be empty. You got to be hungry. You got to be practiced because there's a lot of technique actually to eating hot dogs. You wouldn't think there would be because you don't just pick up the hot dog in the bun and just eat it. We actually separate the meat from the bun and you dunk the bun. And you both hands are always moving throughout the whole contest, and you got to kind of coordinate that and get your timing down. And it's a lot more to it than you think.
How long have you been doing this?
I think this is around my 6th or 7th year.
How'd you get started?
I got started pretty much the way the 90% of the other eaters did. We started out doing those like restaurant food challenges because I seen it on man versus food and stuff like that. And I did some local contests, and then I just worked my way up to bigger contests. And then finally I did a Nathan's qualifier about 6 years ago now, I guess. And ever since then I've been with Major League Eating.
So I used to work for WPIX in New York City, and I remember one year I was sent to a weigh-in for the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, and it's a show, right? I mean, the whole idea is that it's a show, but it's also a sport. So what is it like to be there for that? I mean, this is something that people watch every single year, look forward to every single year. I mean, what is it like to be a part of that?
I mean, for some people, they go, to be the show, and they go to, they try to make a big show out of it. They do it a big elaborate, presentation when they get called up to the stage and stuff like that. But then there's a couple of the core people that are there to really, really do well, and they're all, you can see them in the green room there. They're all intense and focused, and they're doing their rituals, and to prepare, and they're, drinking water up to this time, and then stop drinking water, and then it's pretty intense for them.
How many tomorrow do you think you need to get at to get that top qualifier spot?
I mean, it all depends. I don't know who's showing up. That's what really matters. Who shows up? Just like any contest, you got to beat the best. Yeah, I've had some. I did a couple of practice runs, and I had probably my best practice run ever, and then right after that, I probably had the worst practice run ever. So I don't know, especially since I got a contest today. I don't know how much that's going to affect me either. So I'm just going to go there and do my best. I think I got a pretty good shot at pulling out the enough to win the qualifier though.
Yeah, so we were talking about this before we officially started the interview here, but did you already have that event, or you have the event coming up?
No, that's tonight. It's tonight. It's like 7:30 tonight. So.
Okay, so tonight it's donut holes, you said?
Yep.
All right, so you do this tonight. You're going to eat however many of those. How do you get your body ready then for tomorrow for that event?
So basically, drink lots of water, and I won't eat anything else till the contest. I got to try to get as clean. Actually, donut holes won't be as bad as like if we were eating something like sausages or bratwurst or something like that, those tend to stick around a while, because they take a long time to digest. But carbohydrates tend to digest a little faster, and I don't think it'll be too bad by tomorrow afternoon. So it's just kind of a later contest in the day too. Usually our contests are around noontime, but the qualifiers around 4:30, I think. So it should be a little better.
So for the summer, you just basically travel from place to place, doing different challenges, different competitions.
Yeah, I mean, I like in the summertime we usually have at least 1 or 2 a month. Yeah.
Wow. So then, if you qualify, what is the next couple of weeks like for you leading up to the 4th?
So let's see. I have another contest in a couple of weeks in Texas, so I'll have to try to prepare for that. In the meantime, I'll throw some hot dog runs in there and practice doing those. I got a freezer full of hot dogs, so I got to get rid of them to clean some room out. Yeah.
You say you do these trials and you're doing these tests for yourself. I mean, is that just you sitting down timing yourself? Do you do the full duration of it? Do you have to is it like a marathon where you don't run the full marathon before you do it? I mean, like, what's the best way for you to handle it?
Yeah, basically it's just like contests. I get enough hot dogs where I think I'm not going to finish quite that many. I set them all up. I set the timer up for 10 minutes, and I'll go at them for 10 minutes. And sometimes even for practice, if I have some left over, I'll reset the clock and keep going just to try to get used to eating when you're full. That's the hardest part.
So how do you get past that?
You just got to push. It's mind over matter. That's it. I mean, it's just like Thanksgiving dinner when you want that last piece of pie and you're full but you're going to eat it anyways.
Is it cool for you to be able to have something like this where you're going to the Rib Fest, which it's a big deal around here. People love to go to it, love to hang out at it, and you're going to this for your job basically. I mean, this is you go there, you compete in this. I mean, is it cool to see how much this has grown to the point where people potentially are coming to see you, crush some hot dogs to qualify?
Yeah, these are actually my favorite type of contest. We got the like the small town. This is just like a small town contest where just the donut holes contest is a small town contest where there's not a lot of people there. Maybe 1,000 people come watch, and they never seen anything like that before. And yeah, Nathan's is actually it's a huge contest, and sometimes it's overwhelming. Where I like to go to these small towns, and you get to see all kinds of like neat things and original types of foods I'd never seen before. And they have this contest foods. And I remember one time we went to this place, and the biggest thing that happened that weekend, we had our contest, but there was a tractor accident, so 2 tractors crashed.
Hopefully they weren't full of the food you needed. I just got a couple more questions for you that are more so my own curiosity. Like, what's the record that you hold the most? Are you the happiest about that you have, or you take the most pride in that you have that you've done?
I have to say that the record I'm happy, the Hooters wing eating championship. I got the record for most Hooters wings eaten in 10 minutes.
So I'm from Buffalo, New York originally. The chicken wing festival is a big thing there. I've seen the people compete in that a lot. I don't know if it's similar to how that one was, but those ones seem tough with the chicken wings because you got to really get through that.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the record for the most amount up there. I might. I'm not sure.
The second one here. So you've done this before. You've been to the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, and Joey Chestnut obviously is a household name for many people here. When you kind of go into something like that and you see how many he's eaten, do you feel like when you step up there, you could take the belt one year, or maybe this year you could take the belt?
I mean, you would have to have something. He would have to, just do something to disqualify himself for him to lose. I think he's actually in really good shape this year, so I think he's pushing to try to beat his own record. So I don't think I'm going to be able to take that belt from him unless he disqualifies himself, does something wrong. But I still just try to go to do my best. That's my goal, and I'd like to try to get a better number than I've ever gotten before. It's possible if I do everything correct.
And we have all of this information available on our website at cleveland19.com. For now, I'm Jeff Slauson with 19 News. Our news is continuing over on the CW until 8 o'clock.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung